In the last video, we talked about what is a track bar, what is its purpose, and what happens when you lift or raise a Jeep. So as we've raised or lifted the Jeep, we can see the tires are no longer centered under the Jeep. We have the wheel well over here, then the tires here. So what do we do to fix this issue? There are two ways. One is we can make this track bar longer. The other way is we can install a bracket and actually change the location where this is mounted. So let's look at what happens when we make the track bar longer. As I make this track bar longer, you can see that literally the body of the Jeep is being pushed back to this side. And now I'm able to recenter the axle under the Jeep. You see that we have to actually make this track bar this much longer. So if you were able to have this long of a track bar, we can raise the Jeep and we can have it recentered. Okay, that's the first way. The second way is we can install a bracket to raise the location of where this track bar is mounted. So if we do that, again, you can see by doing so, we're pushing this Jeep back to this side. Okay, so if we have a bracket this tall and we can mount the same track bar over here, we have again recentered the Jeep. Typically, if you lift a Jeep 2 or 3 inches, most lift kits do not include an adjustable track bar or relocation bracket. If you lift it 3 or 4 inches, the lift kit may include a relocation bracket, but it's unusual if it has an adjustable track bar. Relocation brackets are less expensive. An adjustable track bar has more material, including bushings at each end typically, and so it's going to cost more. So are adjustable track bars better? Yes and no. Both solutions have their positives and negatives, and some may want to install both. Why is that? So in what way would a less expensive relocation bracket here be better than a track bar? To understand this, you have to understand what is our center of gravity for the Jeep and the roll center. So what is the center of gravity? So we know that gravity is a downward pull or force that Earth exerts on the Jeep. The center of gravity is the point where the mass of the Jeep is concentrated. Instead of going through the physics and a bunch of formulas, let's actually visually see what we're talking about. Okay, so let's build our Jeep. So this is the special in GPS edition. It comes with lots of chrome, a new color, sky blue, and red accents. Isn't it beautiful? The center of gravity will be a point where we can hold the Jeep basically in this position with a little bit of force without it flipping over or rolling over. So let's go ahead and see if we can find that out. Is it over here in the front? No. Okay. How about here in the back? No. Okay. How about here in the middle? Nope. Okay. How about right here? So as you can see with 2 fingers, I can hold this Jeep in this position, horizontal position, without exerting too much force. So this is the center of gravity of this Jeep. Would be right here. So for illustration purposes, we're going to mark our center of gravity of the Jeep. It's going to be high. So let's just put it here. We'll mark it with an X. So where is the roll center? The roll center, or point where the center of gravity will rotate around, will be determined by doing this. We're going to determine the middle of the Jeep here, roughly here. And then we're going to draw a straight line right down the middle. So the roll center is going to be right here, where this vertical line intersects the track bar. So this is going to be the roll center. And this is where basically the Jeep's going to rotate around this roll center. Normally, you would want the center of gravity to be low. And however, Jeeps have a very high center of gravity because of their purpose and height. And some of us like to lift our Jeeps to help with going over obstacles. This makes Jeeps prone to rollovers and other things that are not desirable. There is not much we can do about the high center of gravity, but what we can do is shorten the vertical distance between the center of gravity here and the roll center. So if you can shrink this and make this Jeep more stable and better. To illustrate this, let's use another wrench. If you ever use a wrench and you try to loosen up a bolt and you can't quite do it, you don't have enough leverage, what you do is you get a longer wrench, and this will give you the lever, right, or the leverage to force through and take the bolt out. So as you can see, the Jeep's going to roll over a lot easier when it's higher up. So what we want to do is to bring that down from here to here and shorten our vertical distance right here. And so then the forces acting on this Jeep, let's say if you're going around the corner or you're going up on a rock or whatever, will have a harder time to basically flip the Jeep or make it roll over. There's going to take more force to do that. So as you can see, if we put a bracket, we're basically moving this track bar, moving it up, and therefore moving up our roll center from here to here. And we have shortened this distance. So this is why you would use a bracket versus a track bar. So is bracket better? Not necessarily. Here are the cons. So there are a lot of components around the track bar. So there's a lot of stuff around here. And you may have to make other changes to make it fit, such as sway bar lengths, and you will probably have to increase your bump stock height. It's another topic for another video. You may also have to drill holes to get this height right. And that's going to be a lot of work, and then just simply installing a trackball that's adjustable. And you probably will end up with another issue, such as bump steer, which we will cover in another video, especially in the front of the Jeep. Since the track bar and another component called the drag link have to be in parallel. If they're not in parallel, then you're going to have bump steer. This is in the front of the Jeep. So for this reason, most people, if they put a bracket, it's going to be in the back of the Jeep because there is no drag link. On the other hand, an adjustable track bar is much easier to adjust. So once you've installed it, you basically turn it to where you want it, and you can tune it perfectly. And it doesn't have any of the drawbacks we just went over. The longer track bar will also improve your ability to keep the axle centered. This is due to how a track bar moves. As most things in a Jeep, it moves in an arc. So let's take a look. So I've put these two track bars, one longer, one shorter, on the same horizontal plane, but to show you how the arc moves, I put the end here at the same point, so you can see the trajectory of the arc. Let's go ahead and do the longer track bar. And now let's do the shorter track bar. So as you can see, the shorter track bar will cause the Jeep to have more lateral movement or push the Jeep faster as you go up, as the Jeep goes up or articulates, than the longer track bar. So if you look at So if you look at the Jeep going up and down, let's say at this height here, I'm just going to draw a line. You can clearly see that when we get to at that height, the shorter track bar will have moved the Jeep to this side by this much. Okay. And the longer track bar, if again we go up, straight up, has moved the track bar only this much. And the longer track bar has moved the Jeep over to this side only by this much versus this much for the shorter track bar. The other thing we can calculate from center of gravity or roll center is our rollover angles. So as we go over an obstacle and we're tilting the Jeep, we can figure out what is the point where the Jeep's gonna roll over. I went ahead and calculated mine, and so that was basically about 40 degrees on one end, and it was much larger on the other end. And so, but that was in a basically perfect world based on my weight distribution and where the springs don't compress and where you have always the same amount of gas in the gas tank and your tires have unlimited traction. So this is a perfect world, and we don't live in a perfect world. Reality is once you go beyond 20 or 25 degrees, this is what happens.
Oh my God, I have to get back there.
If you like this type of content, please like this video and consider subscribing. Based on feedback I have received, I'm going to take a step back for the next video, get under the Jeep and identify all the different components, such as control arms, drag links, track bar, and so on. And the future videos will build on this video so we can go in detail on each component. I'm also planning on doing a video on how I fixed my sagging issue due to my overlanding setup. That's after looking at many solutions, trying them out, such as airbags, spacers, springs. And I will share with you my experience there. If you have any ideas for future video, please comment below. I'm a new Jeep owner of about 6 months, so I'm learning as I go. I hope you will join me on this journey. If I get something wrong, please comment also below so we can all learn together.